Hey, this is Kriss Panic, and we're at Getaway Rock 2013. We've got, because I've just spoken to him about this and I got this wrong.
Nergal from Behemoth.
So I'm never going to get that in there.
Very Polish.
Very Polish. My granddad was Czech, so I should really do better.
We're actually playing Czech tomorrow.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Brutal Assault Festival.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about that. Have you played there before?
Yeah, like 2 times or 3 times. Yeah, we have some history there, and we're actually really excited because we're like second from the last on the bill, so it's really nice position, and yeah, it's a lot of Polish people coming down to the festival. Very supportive crowd, yeah, awesome crowd, good following there.
Will it be almost like a hometown show?
Almost, yeah, like 8-hour drive.
So not so hometown.
Well, it's neighbors. It's close by.
Well, I say that it takes me 6 hours to drive from Gothenburg here, so it's all relative.
Sweden is also neighbors, right?
Yeah. So what have you got coming up in the future? I know you've got an album coming out. I'm like super stoked to see how it sounds.
Yeah, we're actually curious how it sounds too, because we've been struggling with the mix for last couple of months. We had Colin Richardson that started the job, and then after a few weeks, he pretty much gave up, because we are so much pain in the ass and we are so demanding, and probably we were overdoing and over talking, and we just came to the point that we couldn't continue to cooperate with each other, even though we wanted, But now we have Matt Hyde on the board, and he did some first mixes of the single song, and it blows us away. It sounds amazing, seriously, and we love it. And it's gonna take another few weeks until the record is finished, and then we master it, and we're looking at February or January-February release.
So what's like talking about when you're mixing? What's like the process like for you? You say you're demanding. I mean, some bands don't like to be near the mix and they kind of stay away. People like to be on site?
We are control freaks. We're way too much into the thing, into the music, which is on one hand is very obvious, because we're the creators of this noise. So, and then I always treated my art, my music, whatever, like any creations, very emotionally, because it's part of me. I don't have children, so maybe one day if I have children, I'm gonna give away, these duties to some other people. But as for now, I'm very much involved. But as soon as I see, there's like the professional, that I have a creative dialogue with, then I really trust on his word, but so one can say that Matt Hyde is one of the best producers and mixers around, and I get proofs now, so I have no worries, that this is gonna be the best sounding Behemoth record, that's for sure.
Because one of the things I love about your band is the intensity that you get, and obviously trying to recreate that on record, and especially on the live shows, must be quite a difficult thing to recreate. I mean, is that one of the problems you were having?
Well,
or did you just go into a new direction of new album?
No, it's new directions, and we are very demanding towards ourselves, and we have so much high hopes for this record, and it's just a whole new angle for us, and it opens so many new doors. We wanted this record to be more organic, more natural sounding, and at the same time, it needs to have this kick there, and it needs to have the punch, and it's very difficult to combine all these elements, These days, either records are like super perfect and dull and boring at the same time, and I hate them, or they are like very organic, but they miss the edge, they miss the power. So yeah, we try to compromise.
Because I talk to a lot of bands, and one of the things I really hate is this new school laptop, front room, guitars, Pro Tools. Is that how you write? Or because you talk about being organic, and me, organic is in the rehearsal room, looking your bandmates in the eyes and maybe doing it, or maybe someone comes up with an idea at home, but they bring it to the rehearsal room and then you work on it.
It's always chemistry that works here. We've rehearsed for like 4 or 5 months all the songs. We perfect them, and then we leave a little margin in the studio for leads and for eventual structure changes, but very very small changes. We left like 2 songs with no endings, so what we did in the studio, we just, we jam in the studio, like all 3 in the room, and we just come up with some riffs, and that's how the song, like the part of the song was created. but I would say 95% of the material is rehearsed, well rehearsed, and we know exactly, you know, like all two guitars are like separate, and but as I said, you know, I like to fuck around a little bit in the studio, and I just switch things, you know, change things, you know, like little tweaks here and there, and just to, you know, to add some, you know, spices.
I mean, for me, it works because you know,
Whatever works, man. I mean, for some people works with you know, the whole laptop process, which is fine, you know, as long as the music works, you know, as long as it's good, as it's honest, you know, I don't care.
Did I play in a band, and my guitarist Jimmy, he sits at home and he sits at the machine.
Playing Korn?
Do I play in Korn? No, nearly. Kill switch. I'm Howard Jones. No, okay. Well, we'll move away from that. But you know,
I would believe that. I'm such an ignorant.
Well, we had a joke with Kill Switch a couple of months ago about that, and we'll see Adam in a little while, and we'll talk to him about that. Okay, folks. But I just want to stick with the writing process because I find it really interesting in talking to bands about it and how they actually move forward with that. Because we're going to have a lot of young viewers at home who are going to kind of sit there and go, oh, how do they do that? And how do they get the inspiration? What's the motivation? You know, what's their little, well, we don't want your secrets, but, you know, there's little licks that might push them forward. Have you got any advice for these guys?
You know what? I like everything I do artistically, I do very instinctively. Yeah. And I'm not like the best guy to explain. Like, there's a lot of people asking me how how I express myself vocally, like about my techniques and stuff. You know, and I don't know. And it'd be very difficult for me to give like a sample right here. You know what I mean?
I know.
I need all the circumstances. I need to go on stage, see the crowd, just feel the speakers, the power, and then I just do it. I don't know how. I just do it, you know.
You know,
so my advice is just fucking do it.
do you know, before you go on stage, you have to give yourself a little, or, you know, is there anything that you do? Like,
no. I just get in the vibe, you know. I get like there's like a certain mindset that needs to be there, and
because I see lots of different people how they start and say, me, I just have a drink and just jump on stage and go, okay, let's do this. You know, for you it might be different, some other guys, but I think people are very interested about how you can prepare yourself.
That's very individual, of course, you know, and it's also up for the music. You know, different genres, you know, have their own rules. You know, hip hop metal is one thing, death metal is another thing. You know, the extreme and black, like, you know, serious stuff have different rules. You know, and I don't know. I just follow my rules. You know, which is my instinct and my intuition.
I grew up in death metal, so and then I joined a metalcore band, which freaks them out. Yeah, I grew up in Cannibal Corpse and all this other crap. You know, we obviously know. And then, you know, they kind of metalcore band are like, oh my God, you're too deaf. Shut up, you know. But people love it. But no, but what I want to talk to you about is like what are you writing about on this album now? Like what you know, lyrically, where are you going with this?
The album is called The Satanist. Yeah. It's going to be very radical, very black and white, very rebellious. I don't know. I mean, just think of any heavy metal cliche and you got it on this record. No, seriously, it's going to be very... shit, you know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, same thing, you know. I mean,
it's difficult, isn't it?
Talking about lyrics, talking about music is like dancing about architecture, as I believe it was Frank Zappa said that, and... I don't know, man. Just listen to the record and either trust it or not. You know, I'm more than sure that what we committed is very honest, super honest record. That's it. You know, I just advise people just to wait and get the record. And
I personally say whatever you're doing right. So stick to that. I personally have been blessed.
I
thought you might enjoy that. I want to thank you so much. You've been one of the best interviews I've had this weekend. Awesome. I absolutely so love talking to you. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. Like, this is Kriss Panic, and you're going to have to say it again because I can't go right.
Nergal.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Nergal. I'll get it. I will get it right. And this is Getaway Rock 2013. And I want you to tune in and rock out. Okay, get your horns out. Yeah. Thank you so much.